This is the story of a man named Stanley. He got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What about if I entered?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Oh,
Perhaps he wanted to
no.
stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I was curious, bro. Fuck, now I'm gonna be late. Yo, what up, guys? Today we are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Basically, we just play as Stanley, but we don't play Stanley. Stanley plays us.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
I kinda get 420, bro.
Number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I'm glad Stanley's happy. It's always good.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that
Stanley?
not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
No.
No one had showed up to give him instructions,
That's
call
the
a meeting,
worst.
or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Well, if I'm depressed, can I just lay my head down and draw squiggly lines? I mean, or stare at the clock till it's time to go home. I mean, I'm still getting paid by the hour, right? I mean, shit.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Man, obviously that's what it is, bro. I'm late for a meeting, bro. I gotta hurry up. What room are they meeting in? Fuck. Damn it. Big boss is here. Fuck. This is a bad first
When
impression.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What about if I entered?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Oh,
Perhaps he wanted to
no.
stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I was curious, bro. Fuck. Now I'm gonna be late, even more late. Ugh. What room was it? This sucks.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few... But eager to get back to business,
shit.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I want to hear more of your. I wanted to hear more of your dialogue, bro. Sounded good.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh, I did? Oh. First time I didn't mean to do something that, First time I did something that I didn't mean to do that went right. Oh, shit.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I can't believe no one's here. That's insane. I could have sworn they would have been here. That's just impossible. Alright, do I go up or down?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, well, I don't know if I go down here. This looks a little scary in my opinion. What happens if I go this way? no, don't shut the door, cause I'm gonna come back.
But Stanley
Oh my
just
gosh.
couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why
I can't
had he
face him
taken
right
that
now.
risk? All because
I don't want
he
to see
believed
him.
everyone had
Please.
vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And
I
then something
can't.
occurred to Stanley.
What?
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am
I
crazy.
am crazy.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
It doesn't, man.
And as Stanley pondered this,
am I the
he
last
began
man
to make
on
other
Earth?
strange observations.
Like, what's going
For
on?
example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did
I
doors
just don't
close
understand.
automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is
That's
all
what
a
it is.
dream.
Yep.
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
I'm not
He
crazy.
thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What the?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
Whoa.
It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had
What?
still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps
Yo,
the
this is
strangest
dope.
question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing
I didn't
and
even.
thinking?
You're cool, bro.
Now
I mean,
the voice was
I've always
describing
wanted
itself
one of these
being
in my
considered
head.
by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
I
I'm
don't-
dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts. he
All right, bro.
thought.
You're hurting my brain.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to
All right,
Stanley.
I'm gonna go on.
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake
Yo,
up.
wait. I'm going in circles.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
That's all I want.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Everything.
I am okay.
I am Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My
Please,
name is Stanley.
someone
I have a
wake me
boss.
up.
I have an
My name is
office. I
Stanley.
am real.
I have a
Please,
boss.
just someone tell me
Someone,
I'm real.
please.
I must be real. I
Oh.
must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself. and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
That wasn't
And
me.
although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
No, you're
I
not.
know what is real and what isn't.
Don't let him lie to you.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
She probably screamed too. Don't tell me I gotta do this again.
All of his
What
co-workers
happened?
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, I did everything wrong. I suck. Now I see why I got fired, alright?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
Almost
entered the
went
door on
into-
his left.
I almost went the wrong way again. Did I? Oh, I get it. I went the wrong way, so I obviously missed the meeting. My dumb ass. What the fuck? Is this heaven?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Wait, what's projecting this? Oh, that's pretty cool. Alright, we're not gonna go
Coming
downstairs
to a
this time.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Hello? Boss? I gotta take a shit. What the? Where is
Stepping
everyone?
into his manager's office, Stanley
a
was once
tall
again
ceiling.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known
Let me in
was
my
that the
rightful
keypad
chair.
behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Really? You're just gonna
But
tell
of
me like
course,
that?
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to
What the
input
hell?
the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped
Yeah,
into
I
the
know I
newly
am pretty
opened
good.
passageway.
I am good. I'm going down to hell. Come on, man. I don't. This is a one-way ticket to hell, bro. There's no up, just down. Come on.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I always wondered what happened to the other. I always wondered what happened to my other employee. I always wondered what happened to my other coworkers when they went up to the boss's office and disappeared and never came back down, and everyone just called it normal.
Stanley
And
walked
didn't
straight
make
ahead
anything
through
of
the
it.
large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah. Let's see here. Mind control facility. Escape. Arrow, go this way. Mind control facility. Escape, go this way. Mind control facility. Escape, go this way. Bitch, I'm out.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh, yeah. You see?
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Wait. What if the voice in my head is evil and lying to me and wants me to go in the mind control facility?
Nope. Still on board with death?
You're lying. You're a liar. I do not want to die.
The door behind
So I'm
him
not
was
going to be
shut.
controlled.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Bro, you're not going to change my mind, because this is kind of long and it's getting kind of dark and I don't even know which way is which now. Actually. Wait. Which way is which? Alright, well.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Okay, wait, it's all dark now. Bro, why is he making it so hard? I don't want to die. Just let me escape. You said escape on it. Yeah, you see, that's at least more than 10 feet. But if it's only 10 feet, would I break an ankle and survive and escape? I don't know. Let's find out, I guess. Oh yeah, I'm dead. Huh? How'd I survive?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss,
Please.
like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Please.
So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and
No.
shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Please. No, don't. Ugh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Come on, bro. Oh. Y'all lied. Y'all lied. I'm alive.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
Aw,
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Well, that kind of sucks. I guess we're just gonna have to do it again.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Really? I've been dead? I knew it! I am in heaven! I'm in heaven! I'm in the office heaven. Huh. What's over here? I told you, the office. Oh, I wish I had money like that in my room. Damn. Or my office. I still can't see my feet though. This is pretty cool. That's the exit.
Now look closely, Stanley.
Is that Morgan Freeman?
It's impossible for the player to do anything in this room.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Man, this game's pretty cool.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I don't want to quit. I don't want to return to my normal life no more.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
I'm dead.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Do I continue?
But pin
Is it randomly generated?
2845.
I typed
Of
it
course,
backwards.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Because I'm just
Amazing.
a beast.
He
You
stepped
already
into
know
the
this.
newly opened passageway.
Oh. Over here. Let's go back down to hell. Let's see, we're going to mind control now, so let's see what happens.
The lights rose on an enormous
Whoa.
room packed with television screens.
That's pretty cool.
What horrible secret did this
this
place
is on the-
hold?
this is that scary
Stanley
movie
thought to
scene.
himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
That scene in Scary Movie where they go to the tower. You know what I'm talking about.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
They're not
the
there.
lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah, I was what, 426?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this
I
the
knew
only
it.
reason he was happy with his boring job? That
I
his
knew it.
emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I used to be happy. Once upon a time.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly
Maybe.
spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
It's possible.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Or, hear me out. Hear me out. Massive multi-billion-dollar company. No one here to run it. JJ come in and JJ do what he do best. And JJ turn it on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they
Maybe.
kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is
Bro,
that what you wanted?
You heard
Control?
me. You heard me out, right? You heard me.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do.
Thank you.
But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Fudge.
How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means.
Come on, bro.
I barely know where to
Tell
start.
me where the emergency shut off is, bro. Where's the
You'd like to know
emergency
where
switch?
your co-workers are. A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell
right.
you exactly what happened.
Yeah, what
to them.
happened?
I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Don't do that to me,
Other
bro.
times, I
Come
let
on,
the office
homie.
sink into the ground.
I knew you were the evil
swallowing
one.
everyone
You sound pretty
inside,
evil.
Or I let it burn to a crisp.
Yeah, you
I
sound
have to say
evil.
This, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why
You
not?
are?
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on
You're a
trees.
beast.
Oh
But
dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that
I
you
don't
have
think
no
it's gonna
idea
help
where
me.
you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Technically,
or did you
yeah.
just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Yeah.
I mean, look at you. Running from
I
button
really
to
did.
button, screen to screen,
All right,
clicking
bro.
on every little thing in this room. These
I don't
number
care.
buttons. No,
I'll die.
these colored ones.
I'll
Or
die.
maybe this big red button. Or
What's
this
that?
door.
What's that up there?
Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you say
There's something
that,
up there. Hold
Stanley?
on.
That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Man, I can't get up there.
Stanley.
Evil ass left, bro.
You're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
Fail
To
safe.
see you made humble.
It's disabled.
This
How
is
do I
not
turn
a
that on?
challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces.
Damn it.
Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
It said press any key. Whoop. What happened to me?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, you guys, that's the end of this video. I'll be making more, a lot more. If you do like these videos, if you want, you can go ahead and like and subscribe. It's up to you. But I'll see you guys later. I'll see you on the next video, hopefully. Peace out.
I'm headed to the top, I'ma do it. I'm headed to the top, I'ma prove it.